Hey y'all, hey, we're on our way to my post-op visit. Hopefully I can take you with me and with the doctor to see what he sees. I did have a post-op visit already with Paige, and she showed me my x-rays and showed me what they did with the rods and the screws. However, I didn't take a video of that. So hopefully with the doctor today, you will be able to hear how he says the surgery went and how my back is looking as a result of the surgery that he did. And hopefully you will be able to hear what he did and what he had to clean up in my vertebrae, and putting the spacer in and clear up a whole lot of severe arthritis that I had in my back, and I had bone spurs, things like that, and see where we go from there. I want to take you along with me. I was a little nervous initially, well, a lot nervous initially, about what it would be like to have them cut on my spinal cord and to put screws and spacers and things like that in it. I do have still back pain. I am still healing. I'm still walking slowly. I'm taking it easy. They said it's going to take probably at least 6 months for my body to fully heal. And I'm trying to do my best to not bend, lift over 10 pounds, or twist. But it is quite difficult to remember. As I heal, because today marks day 20 since my surgery, I still take gabapentin and baclofen. Gabapentin, I was taking that already for my multiple sclerosis, and I was taking baclofen, but they reduced the amount that I was taking of the baclofen, which is nice, because I'm just taking it because I did notice that after surgery I started having some spasms in my back. So they made it where I was taking it twice a day. Now I'm taking it 3 times a day. And let's see what the doctor has to say. Hopefully he'll let me videotape the conversation. If not, I'll come back on and let y'all know what he said. And we will talk about it some more, because I have gotten away from the walker that I was using to get around the house. I am, like I said, walking slowly. I do have a lot of help from my husband with getting around the house, and I'm trying not to reach too far and bend over if I drop something on the floor or there's something low that I need to get. They'll usually get it for me. So that's getting better, because I'm able to do a lot of things for myself now. I'm able to do most things by myself. So, and this is day 20, so I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm pleased with the results that I've received surgery. So that's a blessing. God has been very gracious to me throughout this whole ordeal, and I feel blessed. So let's see what the doctor has to say, and let's see what else we can get into today. As I'm sitting in the doctor's office waiting for him to come inside, I thought I would take a look at his diagrams of the spinal cord that he has on the wall. And it brought to my memory that I had read that there is a correlation between multiple sclerosis and spinal cord issues. It tends to be that they are independent of each other. However, they can coexist, and MS can sometimes lead to an increased risk of developing spondylosis, which is spinal degeneration. But because MS causes spinal lesions, that can in turn lead to a variety of neurological symptoms including those that can mimic spinal problems. And it can also lead to spinal stenosis, which is the narrowing of the spinal cord canal, which is the issue that I had. And I was able to see that from my MRI that was taken at an earlier time. And the doctor told me that that was the problem that I was having and why I needed surgery, because the stenosis, the narrowing was so narrow that the spinal fluids could not get through. So that surgery was needed to open up that space, because it was causing a compression that was causing the nerve pain in my legs that was so painful, and the numbness and the weakness in the legs. So I thought that was interesting, and you don't hear about that often. Okay, y'all, I'm in the doctor's office waiting for him to come inside. I forgot to take a video because I was just talking with the nurse that was doing the intake, and she was asking me some questions about how my pain level was and if my medication was still the same. However, now I'm just waiting for the doctor to come in and possibly, I guess, he'll inquire about the same things, and hopefully I'll get my staples out today. Yay. Hey y'all, I finished with my doctor's appointment. Everything went well. The doctor was very pleased with how I progressed since I had my surgery. It's 20 days post-op, and the healing of my spine incision has been phenomenal. In that it was so good that he did recommend that I take my staples out. So that was one of the things that I was very much looking forward to, because my back was itching terribly. So I finally got that done, and I was worried about what that would feel like, because y'all, the only surgeries that I've ever had was 2 cesarean sections that I had having my children, and my baby is about to be 20. So I don't think I had any staples then, maybe. Anyway, so many years ago. I know I definitely didn't with my oldest, and he's 28. So I was nervous about the whole thing about pain, but other than, it was actually comforting to have the staples removed, because like I said, my incision was itching, and so it actually was almost like somebody rubbing that place, so curing that itch that I was feeling. There was one like little place that felt a little tender, but other than that, y'all, I can't complain. He told me to continue on doing my physical therapy for the next couple of weeks, but he said I could do as long as I wanted to. But really, the best exercise that I've learned from the doctor and from my physical therapist is walking. So I'm trying to take my time and do that. I am still walking with my cane because I'm still wobbly. However, the doc was asking me about my pain levels, and was I still experiencing the pain shooting down both of my legs. And I told him that after surgery, that immediately dissipated. So I do notice that one of the off symptoms that I managed to stop feeling was the pain in my joints and my fingers. I mentioned about my trigger finger was, my hands almost felt like they were weak. And the nurse told me that that was uncommon. I did take a look at one of the charts in the office that showed how nerves correlate with the spinal cord, and they did have a part showing nerves in the hands and how it correlates to the spinal cord. Now, I don't know. They didn't mention that during the post-op consultation. However, I did notice recently that my fingers are starting to become painful again. Not as bad as it was before. And Paige had mentioned that the pain may have shifted because of the anesthesia that I was on. However, that was 20 days ago, but now it's fully gotten out of my system. So I am starting to feel like my trigger finger is starting to be painful again right there on the tip. And my little pinky over here is starting to feel a little something. It's like my hands are getting weak because I noticed yesterday I was making soup and I was opening a can of tomatoes and I could barely get the pop top off. And we'll see, because my body's still healing, y'all. I don't know. But, I mean, I do still have multiple sclerosis. That hasn't gone anywhere. And my nerves are, from the incision on my spinal cord, they're still trying to regenerate and heal as well. So, it's still early for me to say what is still going to happen as a result of the surgery, but I can tell you at this point right here, I feel so much better. Y'all, I was in so much pain. I was telling the doctor that I've only really been using Tylenol for pain, and I've only had one Tylenol today. However, I did have one Oxy while I was in the hospital, and that was the day after surgery, because they were trying to keep my medication going, and that's when they were trying to get me walking, and they wanted to make sure that I was medicated before I started walking because they knew it would be painful. And I did take that, and that's when my blood pressure dropped terribly low. So I never took that again. So I just went on with Tylenol from then, and I've just kept on with the Tylenol, and I've slowly weaned myself off of the Tylenol. But if you ever been suggested spinal fusion surgery, don't let fear stop you from proceeding. Now, I did discuss with them about, I have many people that ask me about how the surgery went for me, and because they had been given that option, because they have the same type of pains that I have where they can barely walk. I mean, they're in so much pain, especially in the morning. For some reason, it seems to really get you when you're laying in the bed. I don't know why. I never ask why, but I know that's where it would always get me. And from the people that ask me, I mentioned it to the doctors, and they said that it would depend on the age of the individual and their medical records, what other ailments they have. And I guess because I was thinking that I had a big one, I have MS and having spinal stenosis, but I guess with my age, I think I'm not that young anymore. I'm 51, and I thought that that would make a big difference, but I can tell you that the surgery that I had normally happens to someone that is much older than me. So the outcome may be different for those people. If you're a young person, I say, look into it, y'all. Don't be afraid, because like I was telling them, I've always been told, especially in the Black community, that don't ever let anybody cut on your back. Don't let anybody cut on your back. But one, that's a myth. Because of modern technology and medical advances, it probably is a lot different than what it was in earlier times. And I think that's something that has not really been resolved or disclaimed in the community. So nobody really does it anymore, because it's like, well, my mama said, or my grandma, or whoever said, don't let nobody cut on your back. But I had a chiropractor tell me, don't let anybody cut on your back. But now modern medical advances, y'all, is different now. I mean, it might be something that you want to really look into. I had someone else tell me that they had a bulging disc in their neck, which I have that also. And that was years ago, and I did physical therapy for it because it wasn't really causing me any difficulties, but they could see it from my MRI. But I did the PT for it, and it worked out, and so I never thought about going it through my throat to have that surgery done. But I don't know, y'all. Maybe that's something I might do down the road as I get older, but we'll see. Y'all, do your research. If you have any questions about spinal fusion surgery, do your research. Don't let fear stop you from doing something that could really give you a better quality of life. Because I feel like I remember the doctor saying that a lot of the symptoms that I was having mimic multiple sclerosis. And I went years in pain thinking that that was what I had to do, taking multiple different types of medications that I may not have needed, and that hindered me from living life because I thought it was my MS. And it may have just been that I needed to have surgery on my spinal cord from the spinal stenosis that I had, which it took me some time to get that diagnosed. But I'm glad that I finally did the surgery because I'm in a better place so far. And I hope that I'm on the mend for the better as a result of having this surgery. So don't let fear stop you from doing the best for you. Throw fear out of the window, because fear is just a way of hindering your joy. So take it from me, give it a try. I'm not saying to do the surgery, but I'm saying do your research. Okay, I made it at my appointment, y'all. But I think my battery went dead in the car. Lord have mercy. We got to get help because seems the battery is gone dead. Now we got to go get a battery. So they're getting a jump because the car is not starting. The other day when we went to get our oil changed, the car wouldn't start, and the representative told us that we need a new battery. It was like, how can that be? So it was running fine before we got here, but now I guess we need a new battery. So we're gonna leave here and go get a battery. That's crazy. Gosh, it started. These nice people helped us. We're going to get a battery now. Wow. That's crazy. But we got a battery. Charged. We got our battery charged, so now we can go home. That was unexpected.
Yeah, it was, but I was supposed to put that back in the truck.
Can't believe.
So we need to go
get a battery right now.
Right now. That's where we're going. Get a battery.
But Lord, working his ways. All the
Yeah, he
time.
does.
He's so good to us. If you've got any value out of watching this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, or just take a moment and hit that like button, or if you can, just comment and let me know that you enjoyed the video and you got some value out of it. Thank you.